the way y'all let that woman, that stout, old, funny-looking woman, get up and go to the government and take prayer out to school, you got taken out by one woman. One woman did it to you, and as a result of that, oh God, you got people walking around killing kids as a result of that. You ask God why he does that. He did nothing to you. You take him out of the schools. He's a gentleman. He's going to bow out for you. He's going to bow out. He's a gentleman. He's not going to stay and force himself on you. Wait, we want you to get out, but wait, we want to keep your blessings. No. You did it. You at fault. It's your fault. You wrong. You did it. When the lady said we had all this time since this woman took prayer out of schools, has anybody, including Jamie Elizabeth Hargis, got up and went to the government and said we need to put prayer back in schools? No, then we all at fault. You ain't getting coverage without you didn't ask the Geico to cover you without paying your 15%. Or he said save 15% on your car insurance. You ain't asking that Gecko to cover you, and he won't cover you unless you pay you. He'll cover you, save you 15%, but you gonna pay that 85%. You ain't ask a Flow to go that way and do nothing in that area for you. Yeah, Flow won't help you, and neither will that Gecko. Why do you think that you could do it with God, that he will cover you when you put him out? You don't want to put in your time. You want to be a 5%, or you will not save 15% or more on this assurance here. You will not get covered. Hallelujah. You did it. We all at fault. What we need to do is the same thing we did with COVID. Y'all ain't got your minds right. Y'all done learned from back then. It's the same thing. 2 Chronicles 7:14 says, if my people, which are called by my name, would humble themselves, pray. Jamie, it's not our fault. You're right. You didn't do it specifically, but check it out. You did something. Who's guilty of indulging in porn? Me. I did something. I menaged a trois. Whole bunch of times. Whole bunch. I was on fire. And not for Jesus. And then what's going to happen to me? My king already late. I think he lost. He lost in the jungle in England somewhere. He met the queen. I don't know. He thought that was his queen. He got confused. That's Queen Elizabeth. Queen Jamie Elizabeth. I don't know where he at. What's wrong with him? He met with the wrong Queen Elizabeth. So I might as well confess some things. And even if he was here, I'm going to be the God that's faithful and just to forgive me and cleanse me from all unrighteousness. King, whoever it is, ain't going to come in and cleanse me. Him being here will keep me and my mind fixed on Jesus and possibly help me from straying astray that way. Possibly. Y'all know the biggest indulgers of porn are married men. Married men are the biggest indulgers of prostitutes. Not because they want the sex, but because they want the drama. They want the happenings. That's why Abraham was like, you good there, Sarah? You good? I'm going to go McPellin. And he was going to make a whole bunch of babies. He would have made some babies. He would maybe baby making. What are you going to do? He's older. He was older. And he was middle-aged for that time. He was what, 150? He was middle-aged. So he's on his way. He was about 44, the same as his 150. So he went McPellin. I did something. I may not be guilty of what we are dealing with right now. I may not have done anything, but check this out. Check this out. Every demon in the land, they dress like each other, right? So they look alike. They all fight the same battle. They're fighting against you. It doesn't matter who you are. They're fighting against you. You fight, and you think it because you go on their side and you stand on their side, you stand against God. That just means you lose. Because God is always a winner. You stand on their side, they will look at you, claw your eyes out, laugh at you, and then still fight against you. That lady was mightily used, and we just let it happen. I believe it's because she did it under the cover of a whole bunch of movements that were going on at that time. Let's see, we got Black Panther, that didn't matter. We got BLM, Black Lives Matter, that did not matter. We got Jamie Light Matter, that did not matter. We got Trump's Lives Matter, that did not matter, that did not matter. We got Trees Lives Matter, that did not matter, that did not matter. We covered up the movements. We don't want to go down. 2 Chronicles 7:14. Call by my name, will humble themselves, pray. We don't want to do the right movement, but we don't cover ourselves up with movements. I have an issue. When you add an S, I I do it to make people realize how ridiculous I think they are. My pastor caught on to it, and so he slow rolled on me. I do it when I add an S to your name. Be careful, because I think you're being ridiculous right now. So I add an S to you to add an S to make you know. He got it quickly. And my pastors ain't dumb. I thought they were just sweet and kind and like cherries. You know, like give you a bowl of cherries. They're sweet. No, wrong. So but I do it to right. So I add an S to it to make you realize I think what you're doing is ridiculous. But we do it. We take a movement and we add an S to it and think because we got movements, the more movements we got, police lives matter, PLM. I mean, my cousin is a black police officer and he's a dude. What should I do? He's 44 years old. Anyway, he's got a son in Afghanistan, right, who's fighting for this nation of freedom, a nation that does not respect him. At the same time, will sooner kill him while he's protecting them. So who do we matter to? Man's lives matter, or man, because that's our last name. Lives matter? Is that who we should subscribe to? I don't subscribe to nothing but Jesus Christ. Oh yes, Yeshua, mighty God, maker and creator of the universe. See, anybody could be Jesus the Christos, right? Because if you want to be Jesus, you can be Jesus. Anybody can name their child Jesus, but everybody can be Jesus, right? You can name your name. You go outside, scream, go in the ghetto and scream Jesus out the door. And 25 people will run up to you. Here's the thing. Can't nobody be Elohim that died for my sins, get up and rose again and came back and gave me the ability to be the for whom the Son sets free is free indeed. I have not seen anybody that came in ability, gave the ability to be the life and life more abundantly, have it and be the I am the for whom the Son sets free, have the life and life more abundantly. Can't nobody be that Jesus to me. So that's why my big brother is Jesus, right? I call him big brother because we identify him as. You want to talk about identify with a purple duck? What? Whatever. I told the women in the thing, you got to identify just what you want to identify as. Purple dinosaur today, that's all right. I will sing the song with you. I love you, and walk your tail on down to the psych board, and I'll check you in. I said cast you in. Probably the same thing. I will cast you right on in there. Identify the way you want to. See, what happens when we talk about how I identify. I don't identify with the Jesus that made you, Jamie. Look at your face. What happens when he don't identify with you? But I stopped talking like that because Jesus don't like when I say stuff like that to people. I said to my atheist friends, Jamie, we don't believe in God, and he doesn't believe in you. Who cares? He still exists. But what happens when he says he doesn't believe in you? Poof! The magic dragon. Just ask that woman that I just walked on down to the psych ward, right? Poof. She went poof. For me, she did. She walked on up in the psych ward. She thought she was a purple dragon. Any other time you would call me crazy if I see I identify with a yellow cat. But now that we walk about identifying as all these crazy things, anybody walking nobody in the psych ward now? Well, I'm bipolar. I can't carry a weapon. Oh, but you give the weapon to the people that live in the Bostons and the ones that live in that other place wherever the kids got killed at. You give them a weapon and pat them on the back. What color were they? Were they purple? I'm bipolar. But I've got myself under control. I've never hurt anybody. Being the way that I am, as past, maybe saying a thing or two, I don't like your hair. But that was not come on. I used to say worse when I was off the medicine. Since I've been diagnosed, I've been the sweetest picture of kindness. I'm telling you, people test me. I promise you. I promise you, you are put alive at the behest of your God, Paul. You Pauline Christian, because you said something to me I didn't like yesterday, and I didn't knock your head off. I promise you, as family, I would literally have fist fights in the room with my cousin Crystal. She looked at me in a way I didn't know like. And I didn't know why I was like that. I would just knock her head off. And we would start fighting. And Crystal, just my age, she knew just how to deal with me. Right? She would fight back. I enjoyed it. But I didn't realize I was fighting with fists of fury because fists of fury were being thrown at me every time I went home. They didn't know that. My family didn't know that. My mother would come to the door every day and call me to the threshold. That's how thresholds get me. I don't like stepping on them either. I hop over them. Because you call me to the threshold every day, make me stand and just gut punch me until I hit the floor. Oh, you're not going to the floor, you're not going to the floor. And she would just start wailing on me. God told me while I was on Johnson Street, he said, yep, your mother was a sadist. She said, he said, Lois was a sadist. She probably still is, and she has not asked for forgiveness, not asking me for forgiveness, has not asked God for forgiveness. She probably still is. I'm praying for the pain, not for the pain, but I'm praying for the person that's carrying around the amount of pain that she is. She is no different. She did the exact same thing to me that those people did to those kids. Those situations have been happening for years. We just acknowledge it now because we understand it, and you can see it with your eyes. You can see the bruises that I was carrying with with your eyes. So you let me go on through and live with it. And you complain now that, Jamie just said something to me to hurt my feelings. And you wonder why. I look at you and say, so? Deal with it. I had to. Would I ever say anything like that? No. Because being a winner in the way demands that I live above it. Being a winner in the way demands that I live being above a walker in the way, above a Christian, and above living in my pity. There's some people that are pitied and they're loved on, and woe is us because you are having a hard day, and they're allowed to be pirouetters, and they're loved in their pirouetted state. Then they're not even Christians. I denied myself and prescribed to Jesus Christ before this was going on with me, and I stayed there with Jesus Christ through it, and I'm still here. And ain't nothing, I will let nothing separate me from the love of God. We were talking about it. I'm decapitated. I told Miss Carol that. She said, wait a minute. I said, do you remember when we went to the neurologist and Sylvia was there? And I had that diagnosis and I was out for like 3 months. She said, yes. I said, my head is not connected. She said, Jenny, I need a minute to absorb. I said, oh, because I was about to tell you about the tumors in my knee. The foot that we can't figure out, and the carpal tunnel in both hands. How he's trying to starfish me. Decapitate, God just showed me. I said, nothing's happened to my head. Yes, it is. Decapitate, feet, and hands. He's starfishing me. What is he doing? He's trying to remove my identity. Stupid idiot.